Good morning, everybody. It's Maureen Claffy. I'm an artist, and so are you. Today, we're going to finish this painting that I started yesterday. We're going to finish it together. I want to show you my layering process of iridescent and pencil on top of watercolor. I'm working on a moleskin paper. It's about, I want to say like maybe, I don't know, I said 40 inches yesterday, but I think I may have exaggerated. So, I don't know, let's just say 36 by 12. Okay, here we go. Thanks so much. I'm so grateful that you're here. I hope that you're finding a lot of joy in creating your own work. Okay. Okay. All right. There we go. Oh, wonderful. Here we go. So I'm going to start with some fresh clear water, and just in case I need it, because really what I wanted to do was jump in with pencil and show you. I love pencils that I've used to about this length because they fit so beautifully in the hand, where the pencil almost becomes an extension of the hand. So what I do, and this is really the fun part, where for me it becomes a form of prayer and meditation, because I just focus on what I have created already, and then I see opportunities everywhere to elaborate upon it. And this violet is so beautiful. It's kind of a lighter violet. Come on down this way. The opportunity here for you is to get lost in the process and to release your mind from all anxious thought or worry. Okay, right about here, I'm feeling like it's time to switch to a yellow. And I'm going to pull a yellow and sharpen it. Do you guys like pencil sharpeners? I love pencil sharpeners. This is a German-made product. It's a Faber-Castell, and it's actually a pastel pencil. So, yeah. Pastel is what is used with a binder to create oil paint. So this is different. It's almost like a chalk base. The colored pencil is more of a wax base, okay? So we're gonna go in with this and see what happens. There's this beautiful little part here that has a lot of violet in it, and I'm gonna try to break it up. Some of the colors got a little bit washed out, so to me it's an opportunity to bring some brightness. And here's something that's really lovely. So I found a shape that was created in almost like the chaos of the watercolor. Okay? And I'm thinking like, that's nice, and it's not necessarily bright enough. So I'm pulling from my Prismacolor pencils, and I'm going to see what happens there. Yeah, like honestly, I love Prismacolor. It just never really lets me down in terms of bringing in a highlight. I don't know if you can see the difference in brightness with that. Okay, so I'm layering yellow on top of blue. It's going a slight bit green underneath. Okay. Bringing that, isn't that beautiful? Do you see that? How cool is that to see like that really beautiful Daniel Smith kind of a, I wish I knew what color he called that, if he's even a real person. Okay, then I'm going back with this red, and I had started to make these marks yesterday. Do you see these almost like stitching marks? I have no idea why I did that, but I just thought it was fun. So, can you release your breath as you create. Do you see these little dots that are here? Do you see these little circles? I don't know why I'm just like picking them up. And then layering the red around. What are you thinking about today? What are you thinking about as you're making your art? What have you found in your own work that has brought you joy and helped you to acknowledge your own beauty? More importantly, what kind of music are you listening to these days? I'm going to go back to the Faber-Castell, which is a really like light lemon yellow. Let's see if I can pull in there. So this is where you begin to really develop your own like signature. We talked earlier about your signature, that nobody can make work like you can. And it's honestly just a process of silencing all the voices in your head. There's tremendous variety here, even in this little piece right here. Can you see this? There's a lot of color going on, even though it doesn't look like it. It's the way the watercolor lays down. And there's a pattern in it, and that's what I'm highlighting with kind of like this tan pencil. Is that pattern? I almost never use tan. That was new for me. What's this called? Sable. Interesting. That looks really good on top of purple. Again. So the whole concept of this painting for me was mercy triumphs. So, how are you merciful to yourself today and to other people, to the people that you live with and the people that you love? This is more of a cadmium, deep. That's beautiful. Do you see that? I love the way that just sits on the top. Who makes this? It's a Faber-Castell. Wow, beautiful. You know what? The other one was a colored pencil. This is the pastel. Okay, that makes sense. Do you love that sound? That scratching sound. This will move too. This is pastel and it will move with your finger. And the oil from your hand actually acts as a binder when you push it into the paper. That's really beautiful. Here's another light space right here. I'm going to put down pencil and move the pigment. You see, you're just moving it in. It goes from kind of like a line to looking like watercolor, even though it's a dry medium. There's enough tooth on this paper that just pulls it in and tracks it. Okay. I really love these, like these deep blue parts. That's purple. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I wasn't expecting that. Can you see that? Doesn't that look like a blue? That's called China blue, and it's actually purple. I wonder if they put the wrong pigment in this. To me, that looks like they put the wrong pigment in this pencil. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. There's no way that's China blue. That's purple. That's never happened to me before. Did you see how that doesn't move? So this is definitely a wrongly labeled pencil out of the manufacturer. That's definitely violet. How cool is that? Kind of like when you open an egg and you get 2 yolks or something. And I'm going to extend this here. Okay. And I'm going to bring this around. cool. Beautiful. Okay, there we go. I'm going to come back in with this darker red, which is almost like an orange. What do they call this one? Permanent red. It's very cadmium orange, which is kind of cool. So can you see where you just take that shape? More circles. Oh, getting back to Mercy Triumphs. Mercy triumphs in our kindness towards ourselves as well. And making art can be a great kindness to ourselves, a great affirmation of ourselves as people, as human beings, affirming our connection to the divine, to the universe, to love everywhere. I was watching Eckhart Tolle this morning. He had a message on Facebook. I didn't get a chance to finish the whole thing. I'm going to go back to it. But he talks about, he almost never reads from the Bible. And he was reading from the Bible, Jesus' parable about the house built on sand. And it was fascinating because Jesus talks about seeking the kingdom within. And that kingdom is the divine presence within each and every human being. And it has been my experience that I can connect to my divine, to the kingdom of God within me through making art. And I would hope to extend that to you as well, so that you would feel a freedom in knowing that you can pick up anything. You can sit on the beach and make a sandcastle. You can doodle when you're talking on the phone. You can go out and buy art supplies. You can open a grocery bag or an Amazon box and split it open and use just about anything within your reach to create a connection to the divine that comes from your very own hand. Can you see that? See how it's developing? I'm gonna look for blue. This really cracks me up, that blue pencil. Okay, so here we go, ultramarine blue. Ultramarine blue. Let's take a look at blue. That's definitely blue. Whew. Blue just makes me feel like I can breathe. I think it does that for a lot of people. I would love to teach you all the blues. It's wonderful to be able to put a name with something. So, this one's called Indian Throne Blue. I think that I'll have to research that color. I'm not sure. It feels close to an indigo, which is ultramarine blue and black mixed together. So as I'm going over these, I'm like paying attention and respecting what I've already created, but pulling out different elements, little shapes, and you get to make decisions all the time. Like, do I want to erase that mark? Do I want to augment it? Do I want to fill it in? This is a really cool little shape here. I'm going to do this one in yellow. I don't know what it is. It's like almost like, it's a little bit of iridescent paint that dried into the shape of a little tiny flower. So I'm just going to put a little blessing upon that and honor it. Here we got some more iridescent paint over here, which is really cool. It's really like in the cricks and the cracks, the stuff gets really interesting in how you layer it. that's beautiful. It's beautiful how it's layering over the purple paint. Wow, that's so fun. I love that. I love it. Beautiful. So, what I would probably do next, although I feel like this needs to, like, there's so much more to be developed here. What's really fun, I don't know if you've ever taken a white pencil on top of watercolor to kind of like re-add in your highlights, because, you know, of course we're talking like light to dark, right? Patterns of color, all of which can just flow from you intuitively if you allow it. If you allow that beauty and joy to just so fully flow from your hand. It's been really fun doing these videos. I've so enjoyed it, and I'm so happy for everyone who's commented. Thank you so much. And watch. Coming back in with the purple, coming in hot. Just putting like a little line to that space. See what happens there. There we go. All right. Okay. I'm going to come in with a little bit of silver. We used this yesterday. I put like a lot of water. These squirrel hair brushes you can load with water, and they're so much fun. I'm going to go like this. Okay, and then find interesting shapes that I like in a pattern. This is almost like water. You know how when the sun is setting and it's reflecting, and there's like, it makes a pattern on the water. Which is what that reminds me of. These remind me of little planets over here. Ooh, getting some mess. Coming back over here. And what I'll do with this is allow it to dry. So you may have noticed that I've slowed this whole process down. I think it's been really good for me to just slow down. The whole world is slowing down. And so I'm going to be working on this piece and finishing it with you. Oh, that's fun. Did you see that? Did you see how this just goes like that? Whoa. What's really fun, and I know I've said this before, but about the iridescence, is watching them dry. There we go. All right. Well, I've got to call my mom back and my daughter. And this time it's so important to stay connected to people. I saw some calls coming in as I was painting. I know you have a busy life too, and I'm so grateful. So grateful that you would take the time to join me. And oh my gosh, hi Debbie. Do I call you Debbie or Deborah? Deborah's such a beautiful name. And hi Lori. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'm going to keep working on this and just using this too as a time for me to like breathe and be with you. So thank you for being here. Have a beautiful day. Have such a beautiful day. Make art. Make art. It's a pathway to joy, and it's a connection to the divine. Have a beautiful day. Bye. Love you. All my love.